Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Tens to Math, do math not myth. Today we will solve the previous year paper of JEE Main. This is the second part. Don't upset my JEE Main aspirants for the postponement of JEE Main, okay? This is your high time guys, just utilize this time and make yourself far better. So keep your practice going on and watch my video in this channel Tens to Math. So let's move on to today's topic. Today we start our session with this given problem that a man is walking towards a vertical pillar in a straight line at a uniform speed at a certain point A on the path. He observed that the angle of elevation of the top of the pillar is 30 degree. After walking for 10 minutes from A in the same direction at a point B, he observes that the angle of elevation of the top of the pillar is 60 degree. Then the time taken by him from B to reach the pillar is 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes or 20 minutes. This is the problem of height and distance. So first we have to draw a picture by this given instruction. A man is walking towards a vertical pillar. Here this is a vertical pillar, okay, at a uniform speed. At a certain point A on the path, this is a path and a certain point A. In the path, this is a certain point A. He observed that the angle of elevation of the top of the pillar is 30 degree. What is angle of elevation? This is angle of elevation. And this is 30 degree. When you saw any object which is above you, then it make an angle with the plane. This is called angle of elevation. He observed that the angle of elevation of the top of the pillar is 30 degree. After walking for 10 minutes, so he walks 10 minutes from A to in the same direction. From A in the same direction at the point B. Let us draw point B in this position and he takes 10 minutes to cover from A to B, okay. He observed that the angle of elevation of the top of the pillar is 60 degree. From this point B, the angle of elevation with this plane surface is 60 degree, okay. Then the time taken by him from B to reach the pillar. Then we have to find the time taken to reach from B to C. Okay. Let us take the distance between A to B is x meter and from B to C is y meter. Let AB equal to x meter, BC equal to y meter, okay. And the height of the vertical pillar be h meter. So we take CD equal to h meter. Then we get from triangle DAC we get DC by AC equal to tan 30 degree. That is h by x plus y equal to 1 by root 3. That is h root 3 equal to x plus y. This is our equation number 1. Note down this portion. Next, we get from triangle DBC DC by BC equal to tan 60 degree. H by Y equal to root 3, that is H by root 3 equal to Y. This is our equation number 2. Now, from these two given equation, we get from 1 and 2, we get x plus y by root 3 equal to y root 3. That is x plus y equal to 3y. That is x equal to 2y. So the relation between x and y is y equal to x by 2. Okay? Note down this portion. From this given figure, we find that from A to B, the distance is x meter, and from B to C, the distance is y meter. Here, the person takes 10 minutes for covering A to B. So, for x meter, he takes 10 minutes. For 1 meter, he takes 10 by x minutes, and we have to find the given time or the taken time by the person to cover from B to C. And here the distance from B to C is y, and the relation between x and y is y equal to x by 2. So, if we replace y by x by 2, for x by 2 meter he takes 10 by x into x by 2, that is 5 minutes. So, this is our required answer, and option number 1 is the correct answer. Okay? Note down the given portion. Our next problem is, let two 6-face dice A and B be thrown simultaneously. If E1 is the event that die A shows up 4, and E2 is the event that die B shows up 2, and E3 is the event that the sum of numbers on both dice is odd, then which of the following statement is not true? Option number 1, E1, E2, E3 are independent. Option number 2, E1 and E2 are independent. Option number 3, E2 and E3 are independent. And option number 4, E1 and E3 are independent. This is the problem from the probability chapter. So, here the first event is, there are two dice and two dice are thrown, okay, simultaneously. First event E1, our first event E1, 1 minute. Our first event E1 says that A shows up 4, that is when we throw two dice A and B, a die who named A always shows 2 and B shows its 6 face. That is, if we construct a set E1 with this event that a die shows up 4, then we get this element 4 1, 4 2, 4 3, 4 4, 4 5 and 4 6. Okay, that is, suppose that there are two dice A and B. Here the event is says that die A always shows up 4. That is, here the number 4 is fixed, but here the die may shows 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Therefore, the pair become 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5 and 4, 6. Okay. Our next, so here we get n of E1. That is the number of element in the set E1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next, the event E2 says that die B shows up 2. That is, die B always shows up 2 and 1 shows either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Here we can get the combination 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2 and 6, 2. And also the number of element in the set E2 is 6. Since here two dice are thrown simultaneously, so the number of element in the sample space is 36. Therefore, probability of E1 is n of E1 by n of S equal to 6 by 36, that is 1 by 6, and probability of E2 equal to n of E2 by n of S, that is 6 by 36, also 1 by 6. Okay. Now we have to find probability of E3. We get P of E1 equal to 1 by 6 and P of E2 equal to 1 by 6. Now, the event E3 says that the sum of the number on both dice is odd. That is, if dice 1 denote 1, dice A denote 1, then it must be 2. 1 plus 2 give 3, which is an odd number. Also, for this one, we take 2, 4, 6. That is, for one element, we get 3 pair. 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 6. In this way, if here we get 2, then we get 1, 3, we take 1, 3 and 5. The sum of 1 and 2 get 3, which is odd number. Sum of 2 and 3 get 5, which is also an odd number, and also 2 plus 5 equal to 7 is an odd number. So, we get 3 pair. In this way, for the 6 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, we get 18 pairs. That is 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 6, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 6, 4, 1, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 2, 5, 4, 5, 6 and 6, 1, 6, 3, 6, 5. Here we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That is number of element in set E3 is 18 and n of s is always 36. So probability of E3 is 18 by 36 equal to half. So we get probability of E3 equal to half. Okay, please note down this portion. Now we have to check the independency between this event. If two event A and B are independent, then probability of A intersection B equal to probability of A into probability of B. This condition always hold. Here we construct the set of E1. The set of E1 is 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5 and 4, 6. Okay. And E3 is 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2. And E3 is these 18 elements 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 6, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 6, 4, 1, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 2, 5, 4, 5, 6, 6, 1, 6, 3 and 6, 5. Now we have to find E1 intersection E2, E2 intersection E3 and E1 intersection E3. Okay. Here E1 intersection E2, that is the common element between two sets E1 and E2, is only 4, 2. So the number of element in the set E1 intersection E2 is 1. Okay. Therefore E2 intersection E3, that is the common element between two set E2 and E3. Common element between two set E2 and E3, we get 4, 1, we get 4, 3, we get 4, 5. Okay. 4, 1, sorry, E2 and E3, we get 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2 and 5, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2 and 5, 2. So number of element in E2 intersection E3 is 3. Now we have to find E1 intersection E3. we get the common element between E1 and E3, 4 1, 4 1, 4 3, 4 5. Therefore, the number of element in E1 intersection E3 is 3. Okay. So, now I remove this portion. Here the probability of E1 intersection E2 is n of E1 intersection E2 by n of S, that is 1 by 36, and which is equal to 1 by 6 into 1 by 6, that is P of E1 into P of E2. So, we say that E1 and E2 are independent. So, here we have to find which statement is not true. Here E1 and E2 are independent, this is the true statement. Next, P of E2 intersection E3, it means n of E2 intersection E3 by n of S. Then we get 3 by 36 equal to 1 by 12, and also P of E1, P of E2 into P of E3 means 1 by 6 into 1 by 2, that is 1 by 12. So, also E2 and E3 are independent, so these two cases are true. Now, P of E1 intersection E3 means n of E1 intersection E3 by n of S, that is also 3 by 36 equal to 1 by 12, that is 1 by 6 into 1 by 2, that is P of E1 into P of E3. So, we also get that E1 and E3 are also independent. So, here this 3 statement is true. Only this one statement, E1, E2, E3 are independent, this is not true. So, this is our correct answer. Okay. Hope you guys like my video. If you like this video, then please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for getting daily updates, and watch this video till end, and also comment in the comment section if you have any queries. So, take care and bye.